and we are live from the racing capital of the world. It's Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where tonight the stars of the FastTrack Cup Series do battle at the Brickyard. It is the Big B Energy 200. We're excited to have you here on BR once again for tonight's coverage of the FastTrack Cup Series. Another Monday night of racing ready to go here tonight. Race 21 of this season. We are rapidly approaching the chase. We're rapidly approaching the postseason battle for the championship. We'll take a look at those standings as they sit right now. As you can see right now, entering tonight's race, Quentin Clark has a pretty decent gap over Tyler Marble. Michael Mueller sits third, Ty Bolito fourth. Marcus Emerson is now fifth. And you can see as the standings show, everybody in the top 10 is officially locked into the chase. They will be racing for a championship this year. That is without a question. So that is something to look forward to for those drivers. Jake Hickson and Sean Kalsbach, they just need to make the next couple starts, and they will officially clinch a spot as well. And there you can see that cut line battle. Bill Benedict enters tonight just 7 points to the good over Andrew Nieder. Wayne Grossi is back 11. Andrew Russo back 12. Tracy Powers is back 19. It's still anybody's game from 13th through 20th or so. And there's a couple guys outside of this picture that are also right in the mix. After this, though, tonight we have one last race in the bracket challenge. Coming up is here tonight. It is the number 95. It is Jacob Musso. It is the number 27 of Jeff Shutt. Those two are battling it out for the bracket challenge championship here, presented by Big B Energy. So we're excited to see who walks away with that one here tonight. And of course, our schedule coming up the rest of this regular season here. You see, next week we are off, just like NASCAR is in real life, off this weekend. So next Monday night we'll have a nice off week, but then we come back in 2 weeks' time at Iowa Speedway, Richmond, New Hampshire, and then we close it all out at Daytona at the end of this month, August 31st, plays host to Daytona, where we will set our chase field. And then, of course, the chase kicks off. The first 5 races of the chase showing up there: Darlington, Gateway, Bristol, Kansas, and Las Vegas, all lined up on the itinerary. So we're excited to see these races get ready to play out. We got a couple special races coming up there. Of course, some Noble 5 races ready to go in just a few weeks' time. So we're excited to have those races ready to run, and excited to have us here with you on BRN. So as you can see, there's 2 drivers that have red numbers denoting that they are battling in the in-season bracket challenge. That is the 95 of Jacob Musso, and then, of course, the number 27 of Jeff Shutt. Musso currently is 4th fastest. Jeff Shutt back in 16th. We'll see how these two do in the race. Of course, yesterday at NASCAR, ran the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I was up working media for that. Took some photos, took some videos working out there at the track. It was very hot, to say the least, yesterday. We got some good shots, though. It's all good. Of course, yesterday the win went to Corey Heim, part-time driver, making his picking up his 2nd career Cup Series victory. Still a part-time driver. A lot of records being broken with that, by the way. And then the bracket challenge in real life, it was the upset. It was Todd Gilliland over Ryan Blaney. Could we see that tonight? Or do we see that 95 of Jacob Musso walk away with the bracket challenge victory? We'll have to see. There he is right there. He just wrecked on the front stretch. But Indianapolis Motor Speedway is definitely going to be a tricky track to master for a lot of these guys. I think the Cup Series really was able to run mostly clean. But these guys, I think, I hate to say they're going to have a little more trouble, but I think they're going to have a little more trouble. It's going to have to be a fight to make sure you don't overdrive your car and put yourself on the wall and take yourself out of it. And that's the challenge a lot of these guys will have to face as this race progresses on, because there's just so many things that could go wrong here. There's so many ways you can end your race without realizing it, especially considering pit road is such a treacherous position to be in, how narrow it is, how tight of a pit entry you have to have, getting onto pit road, having to get down to speed. Like, there's a lot of factors that go into this track and go into making it so dangerous. So we'll see how everything shakes out tonight once we go green. But of course, it'll be 80 laps here at the track. See Marcus Emerson fastest in practice right now. He spins it out there over in the short chute between turns 1 and 2. They're staying Cruz and Braden Saylor together. 2 cars that are in the top 10 fastest laps. Cruz 2nd, Saylor 8th. And it all just really comes down to how this race is executed for these drivers, how they're able to maintain, how they're able to manage it to put themselves in position to win at the end. It's track position based. This is not a race that you're going to be able to make moves as easy. You're not going to be able to move around and do you know, what you would normally see, I guess, in a regular racetrack. Indianapolis is so different. You have to set these moves up, and you have to set them up and execute them perfectly, or else you are going to wind up missing out on a position. You might even lose more spots by trying to make a move if you don't get it right. So a lot of factors that go into this racetrack that make it so special to try to make moves in. And of course, we've seen a lot of hoopla online on social media about whether this race should continue to run. I'm a firm believer that the Brickyard should stay. I love the idea of racing here. I love the idea of running the race here, no matter how empty the stands may look, or no matter how poor the on-track action is. I feel like we should continue racing here. Oh my goodness! Oh, goodness gracious! Big accident there. The 95 Jacob Moose of the 78 Dane Cruz. There's that pit attenuator there, hit by the number 95 car. But yeah, I firmly believe this track should stay, and we'll see how this race goes tonight, though. But practice will come to a close. Marcus Emerson, Dane Cruz, Andrew Moore Jr., Jacob Musso, and Quentin Clark are your top 5 fastest in the practice session. We will, of course, head into qualifying. And there's a look at that pagoda as we head into qualifying for this field, ready to go and ready to try and put themselves up in the front, starting this race. So qualifying is underway now. We'll go up there and catch up now with the driver number 15, Jeff Marble. He'll be the one leading us around this racetrack. Jeff Marble has won a pole here before, and he's not terrible here. In the 5 races that have run across this league, he has a top 10%. He's finished top 10 4 times. Very good at this racetrack. We'll see how it shakes out. Of course, as tonight plays out, he's had a kind of, not a rough season, but it's not been an ideal season for the driver, the number 15. But of course, last season looks like he finished 17th, which is his worst finish at this track. Other than that, the first 4 seasons, he was able to finish top 10 every time, including a runner-up finish in 2024. So we'll see how he can shake the rust off here at IMS and try to pick up another victory, or try to pick up a victory here at this historic speedway. So he makes his way down to the Art of Bricks to start his qualifying time. Heading down into turn number 1. You can just kind of see how it's going to pretty much be. You have to pretty much wrap that bottom lane. You have to wrap that apron, or wrap the curb, essentially, just to carry as much speed as you can onto these straightaways. Very, very long straightaways here at IMS. And just really, it's all about maintaining momentum. It's a momentum game. You have to perfectly execute if you want to wind up in victory lane in this race tonight. I think Marble just blinked out. Yeah, he blinked out, not me. Everybody else is fine. Jeff Marble just blinked out. He's back. His lap time is not counting. I think he ended up having to tow to reset. So we'll watch Wayne Grossi coming across the stripe this time here in the number 9 machine. As some lap times will start to file in. Brandon Saylor right now, provisional pole, as just the first few drivers have set their lap times. And now more drivers getting their speed in. And we'll see here, Jared Bundy jumps to the top of the charts. Eliminated last week in the bracket challenge, competing against the number 95 of Jacob Musso. It was a close battle between those two, but it ended up being Musso that advanced over Bundy. As you see, Roger Rios Matthias just went second fastest in the number 1 machine, looking for a rebound after what's been a pretty poor outing the past couple of weeks for that 1 camp. Watching Grossi come off turn number 4 to set his second lap time. It's going to be an improvement. But I think he might have caught the wall, so it's not going to count. So while we got more drivers still putting lap times down, we'll jump to Tyler Marble in the number 48 machine. I think scoring is kind of bugging out a little bit right now. I think it's finally caught back up and away, and Michael Miller went third fastest in the number 99 machine. Tracy Powers currently on the pole. We'll see if Tyler Marble can maybe knock Powers off that top spot. That top perch belongs to the 25 car now. See if he can take another crown jewel starting spot of first Marble will hit the stripe. The improvement over the lap time. Is it an improvement? No. Slightly slower the second lap here for Tyler Marble, as Quentin Clark just went third fastest in the 94 machine. Jeff Marble just went 7th fastest over Ty Ippolito. Dane Cruz 5th fastest now in the 70 car. So I think we maybe got 2 other drivers trying to set lap times right now. With just 40 seconds left. If you're not out on a lap right now, you're not getting a lap time down. It's Quentin Clark coming down to the yard of bricks. He'll hit the stripe this time. It's not a faster time, 51.925, his second go around, so he'll stay third fastest. He will not improve. Brett Spaulding is not going for a second lap. Jake Hickson is coming across the stripe for his second, I believe. That's a slight improvement. Might be 1 extra spot. Yeah, he'll go 17 fastest instead. Watching Rodriguez Tias, he's on pit lane parked, so it looks like that's going to be it for qualifying for these drivers. So we'll cut to the Pagoda Cam with just 2 seconds left in the session. And we will get this field re-racked, restacked, and ready to go here at IMS. And let's take a look now at your starting lineup presented by nobody. Starting on your pole position tonight is the driver number 25, Tracy Powers. Got Jared Bundy starting in his outside. Quentin Clark and Michael Mueller line up together in row number 2. Row 3, it's Dane Cruz and Roger Rios-Matias. Jeff Marble, Ty Ippolito together in row 4. Rounding out the top 10, it's David Hara and Corey Ennis in the number 40 car. Starting 11th today is Marcus Emerson with Brandon Saylor to his outside. Back there in 13th place, it's Tyler Marble with Jacob Musso to his outside. Brian Conklin, Chris Chavez-Essery is in 16th. Then it's Jake Hickson and Alan Pajari, Brian Burchett, then Brett Spaulding to round out the top 20. Starting 21st on the grid tonight, it's the number 44, that's Eddie Musso. He's got Jeff Shutt to his outside, battling that bracket challenge with the driver, the 95. We'll see who takes it here tonight at Indy. Andrew Moore Jr., Cody Matthews together in row 12. Row 13, you see Andrew Nieder and Michael Kurgelak in the 91 machine. Wayne Grossi and Jeffrey Souza together in row 14. Then it's Philip Chavez and Joseph Musso rounding out the top 30. Rest of the field here tonight, Ryan Haynes starts 31st with Bill Benedict on his outside. Sean Kaltenbach will be starting 33rd deep in the field start for the 2 car. He's got Brian Double on his outside. Words. James Wallace starts 35th, Andrew Russo to his outside. And the final row, 37th place goes to Glenn Grigsby. 38th goes to Matt Geringer. And that is our field of 38 ready to go racing here at the World Center of Racing. Looking at the Pagoda one final time before we get ready to go racing. Of course, it is an 80-lap show here tonight. Excited to be here for another race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the World Center of Racing, as I've said a million times already so far. But just kind of looking through some stats. Of course, this race has been run 5 times in the history of this league, and of those 5 times, there is one driver that has stood well above the rest, I should say, and that is Tyler Marble in the number 48 machine. He is starting a little bit deeper than usual, starting 13th in this race here tonight, but that 48 machine is a menace at this racetrack. 5 starts, 5 top 5s. He has never finished outside the top 5 here. Could tonight be the night that he finally falters? We'll have to see, but the other reason I bring it up, an average finish of 2.4. He is the defending winner 3 years and counting as of right now. The last 3 trips we made to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Tyler Marble has been the one to take home the checkered flag. So instead of a yard of bricks, maybe it's a yard of marble for that 48 car, as he has been the dominant driver of this track for the past couple years. Could tonight be the night that the reign of terror ends? We'll have to see. He's got to start 13th. He's got a little bit of work cut out for him to do so if he wants to take this checkered flag with him. Mention the battle for the regulars, or for the in-season bracket challenge as well, I should say, the regular season championship. It's also kind of battling between Tyler Marble and Quentin Clark. Clark starting 3rd tonight, got a good starting spot to Marble's 13th. But of course, you've got the battle for the bracket challenge. Starting 14th tonight, it is the 95 of Jacob Musso, and all the way back in 22nd for this race is Jeff Shutt. He's going to have a little bit of extra work to get to that number 95 car to try and take this bracket challenge presented by Big B Energy. We'll see who gets it done tonight. 80 laps for the field to master here at the World Center of Racing. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is the famous racetrack, the most packed racetrack you'll ever see. At the Indy 500, the Brickyard 400, not as much, but it's still very prestigious. And tonight, it's the Big B Energy Brickyard 200. The pace car dives off. Tracy Powers, Jared Bundy are the front row, heading for the green flag that is being displayed right about now. You'll see the flag man wave it. We'll go green, and we're racing here in Indianapolis. Jared Bundy leads lap number 1 here over Quentin Clark and Tracy Powers. My timing has gone out. I don't know why the timing is broken. It's currently showing it under caution, and that Powers is still leading. Let's see if I can get that fixed really quickly, though. But it is Jared Bundy who takes the lead on the first lap of this race over Quentin Clark and Tracy Powers. See 3 wide happening back here, happening for fourth, pardon me. Dane Cruz on the inside of Michael Mueller as they go through 3. You see Jeffrey Marble, shooting up the racetrack there through the corner. Here comes Ty Ippolito trying to get to the inside lane. Ippolito on the inside. They're about 3 wide for a second, coming off of turn number 4. Heading back for the Art of Bricks on the front stretch to complete lap number 2. See side-by-side action right here. That's the number 88, Chris Chavez, S3, and the number 91 of Michael Kurgelak. They're battling just outside the top 10. Gonna have to clear this up really quickly. It looks like that our scoring is bugged out, so we're gonna quickly fix this. Give us a fix on that as we'll keep you here on the race. We're not going away from it. We just have to kind of reset our ATVO scoring stuff, and then we'll be back to the action, of course. Still here racing, I should say, just no scoring as of right now until we get this quickly adjusted, and then we'll be good to go. But Jared Bundy is out in front, still leading this field. Well out in front of second place now. Belongs to 94 of Quentin Clark. He is our points leader entering tonight's race, looking to maintain that points lead, looking to keep that momentum going, heading for the chase. If I'm not mistaken, once we hit the chase, of course, the top 10 in points should get a bonus, and of course, the champion, quote-unquote, of the regular season gets an extra good bonus, which will be favorable for the driver of the 94, helping get some extra points heading into the start of this chase. That's what he's looking forward to. You see Tyler Marble back there battling with Marcus Emerson, I believe, for what's going to be 12th place. Got to get scoring up and make sure it's all working all nice and dandy. It looks like everything is good, so we're going to check back. Tyler Marble actually is falling back to 15th right now. Him and Marcus Emerson are battling for the top 15 spot, so not a good start to this race for the driver, the number 48. Heads down the front straightaway here, completing lap number 4 on lap 5, I should say. Jared Bundy out in front, a commanding lead so far over Quentin Clark. Tracy Powers is currently riding in third. 4th place right now. It's Dane Cruz, but he's got the mirror full of Michael Mueller. You can quickly see how things have kind of eased up Everybody single file for the most part, making their way around this racetrack. The rich racing history at this racetrack. The amount of drivers that have put their names in the history books of winning here. Whether it just be in real life or maybe just iRacing, you know, just being able to say, yeah, I want to race at Indy. It's still pretty neat, even if it's virtual, I think. Just being able to navigate this racetrack and master it. Of course, the iRacing Indianapolis 500, a big deal. A buddy of mine is a winner of that event, Mr. Brett Bennett. Shocking, I know, Brett Bennett winning something. But he is a winner here. Of course, there's multiple other people that have competed in that race and have won that race and so on and so forth. But definitely the track that you want to be successful at, even if it's virtual, still a really cool place to win. Brandon Saylor has a mirror full and now a window full of Chris Chavez for his second. Now here comes Jake Hickson to his outside, working the high lane around this 88 car. Kind of early here. So let's see kind of how some passing lanes can open up and some opportunities. You saw the 88 try to make the move on Saylor, couldn't get it done. It cost him a spot. 16 Jake Hickson goes around and takes 11th place away from him. Further back, Tyler Marble is into 14th and chasing now that number 95 of Jacob Musso in the bracket challenge. He's 13th. Jeff Shutt back there in 20th. They're not far off each other, but they might as well be eons away with the way this track races and how things handle. You'll see Marble, how he comes off the corner, gets right to the back bumper of that number 95 car. We're right on board with Tyler Marble here, heading down into turn 3. You'll kind of see the peak, and then lays off a little bit. Backs up the corner because he's trying to get the run on exit to make the move on this 95. And you just have to set this move up. There's no easy way to pass here. It's all about setting up the move and making it stick. And if you don't make it stick, well, you're going to cost yourself time and possibly more spots yourself and leave yourself in the hands of other drivers. Watching on board with his 48 car heading into turn 1. Take a look at his cockpit camera. Watch him work this wheel. We're gonna do like a visor cam. That's cool. Sure. It's like a visor cam, but it's not a visor cam. Because technically, if you ever looked at the cockpit view in iRacing, Tyler Marble doesn't have a head. That's okay. We'll put a head, we'll pretend like his visor's like right here. And he's looking up. And there we go. It's like a visor camera, even though he doesn't have a head. Marcus Emerson just got past David Hara for 15th place here on the racetrack. See the gap that's formed between Emerson and Marble, about a second now between those two for position. You see move being made. Brian Conklin thought about it there. Instead tucks back in line. Marble is trying to find a way around that 95 car. Lucky as all lucky can be. As now Marble goes on the inside. Here comes the move now for 13th place on the racetrack. And Marble will take it. Musso going to try to cross him over on the back bumper. The 48, a little bit of contact, gets him a little sideways. But Marble hangs on to it, and for now he hangs on to 13th place. Musso trying to make a move, trying to find his way around, but instead Marble will take over the 13th position over that 95 of Jacob Musso as they head down the front stretch and heading back for turn number 1. It's a hairy situation for the 48 team. And the caution is out. I'm looking to see, it looks like further back in the field, Andrew Moore Jr. has gone around into the wall, I think, in that 77 car. And put this under caution for the first time here tonight. We'll take a look at the BRN replay and show you what happened that led to this accident with the 77 car. Kind of saw it in the background here, and it looks like what it is, just trying to get up, trying to side draft, and instead ends up turning the 77 into the inside wall. Brian Dubel and Andrew Moore Jr. get involved, and just barely missing it there. If you saw that, that was the 90 of Bill Benedict. He needs to just have a kind of clean race to make sure that he can keep going and chasing that chase spot 7 points to the good entering tonight. Whew! It helps to not be involved in that one. That's for sure. Just barely squeaking by it as the field, as you saw the accident here. Down into turn number 1, down to the inside wall. And so that's our first caution of the night here, lap number 10. Jared Bundy is your race leader. Quentin Clark second, Tracy Powers third, Dane Cruz fourth, Michael Mueller is fifth as we make our way on to this lap. And split decisions on whether to pit or not to pit. See Tyler Marble, one of those drivers, coming down pit lane. Of course, there's no stage caution. There's a stage at lap 40. I don't really talk about the stage because it's kind of hard to really keep track of everything and like kind of pinpoint everything. But there is a stage every race at the halfway point. Lap number 40 in this race would be the stage. Just different strategy. So 1 to go here. Field will get double file as it's a little madhouse back there. But double file we go. coming off turn 4, getting ready to restart here. Jared Bundy is your leader in the control car, heading for the restart zone on lap number 14 here at the Brickyard for the Big B Energy Brickyard 200. We're going to go back green. Bundy will mash the gas and get us back to racing. Here we go. Car on the wall! Emerson hits the wall on the restart. They stack up behind Fanning, out trying to miss it, but he gets into the wall. Everybody else still able to get away unscathed for now. Happened right in front of Jeff Shutt, who's now working his way on the outside, or at least trying to, of that 22 car. Other than that, clean restart so far as they head down the backstretch. Bundy leads the field to lap number 14, now 15. Clark in second, Dane Cruz following behind in third. They head across the yard. Rick's battle here. Jeff Marble and Michael Mueller side by side entering turn number 1. Marble going to take advantage and hold that position over Mueller. Caution back out on the racetrack. Wrecking in the back. It looks like it's Joseph Moose on the 28. Cody Matthews in the 10 as well. Is around over in turn 1. Puts under caution for the second time here tonight. We'll take a look at that BRN replay to see what happened to put us under the yellow flag. Looks like a battle for position between Jake Hickson and Cody Matthews. Matthews goes high. And right there, contact with Hickson and Matthews down the inside. Spins back up the track. It's over in turn 2. And then Joseph Musso tried to thread the needle, nowhere to go. Ends up getting into the 10 car. Sliding, and then on your screen you see it on the wall. So, back under caution. So as we'll pace around here, under caution. Should get the one to go this time at lap number 20. Pace cars off. Bundy and Clark still your front row heading for the restart zone. Green flag is going to fly. Back to racing here at the Brickyard. Not a great launch there from Bundy as Clark's going to be side by side with him. Entering turn number 1, but the inside lane proves to prevail. And that's what Bundy's going to have. But you see Clark trying to fight back on the outside. Almost a little contact between the two. Heading into turn 2. Clark's got the run on the outside lane. Bundy trying to pinch him up to the wall. As it looked like somebody might have shot down to the grass for a second. They maintain, heading to 3, still side by side for the race lead. Clark on the high side running way wide there. Bundy on the inside trying to hold the top spot. Still side by side for the race lead, heading down the straight. Oh my goodness! Andrew Neidert! Huge accident! He hit the attenuator, spun into the infield, but there will be no caution. Quickly going to look back at this one. That was a nasty accident for the 36. Got loose, caught the outside wallway, crossing nowhere to go, now turn him, and then bang! Right into the attenuator. His race is done. He's out of the race tonight. Quentin Clark is currently your race leader as they head down to turn 3, but that is a huge blow to Neidert's chances to chase. Needed to have some good runs. He entered tonight not terribly off. I think it was just 7 points back, but that is a huge blow to be out early in this race. It looks like he's going to end up finishing last because of it, or he'll finish 36th, and that is a terrible blow. So things settle back down for a second. Clark has the lead. Bundy's still right there on his back bumper, not far off. Jeff Marble has taken the 3rd spot away from Dane Cruz. Michael Mueller is still in 5th. Roger Rees-Matthias finds himself 6th, and it's Brandon Saylor. And now moving forward, it's Tyler Marble in the 48 now, up to 8th place. He is the first car that has made a pit stop in this race. Of course, a 10-second stop with the new iRacing update. They fixed the pit stops to be relative to the new NASCAR Cup Series pit stops, so they're about 9 to 10 seconds for 4 tires and gas. So I would say he took tires, he took fuel, he's back out here now contending for 7th place, chasing Brandon Saylor. And all in the back bumper of the 24 machine as they head down into turn 3. See Dane Cruz trying to defend from Michael Mueller, who makes the move to the outside of the 70 machine. Heading through turn 3 to the short chute. Michael Mueller is going to take over 4th place from the 70 as Quentin Clark continues to maintain the race lead. Head down that backstretch. We see Brandon Saylor making a move for a second to the inside. Roger Rees-Matthias, he backs off of that move. Is now about the top 11, single file and spaced out. As you see, the top 2 have separated from the rest of the pack. Now over a second ahead of 3rd place Jeff Marble. Michael Mueller on his back bumper. See Tyler Marble going to the inside of Roger Reeves' tie test for 6th place now, making another move. The Sailor dropping back now outside the top 10. Or just about. He drops to 10th. Jake Hickson is here's Marble to the inside of Roger Reeves' tie. He'll take over 6th place and continue to push forward into that top 5. Cody Matthews back out on track, letting the field go by as Michael Mueller now makes the move on Jeff Marble for 3rd. His 99 car starting to find some footing here in the longer run of this race. Now Matthias battling Jacob Musso, who's going to the outside. Same with Jake Hickson. They'll both go by the number 1 car. Shuffling Matthias back to 9th place. Quentin Clark's got Bundy trying to find a line to find his way around this 94 car. Kind of going higher in the corners to try to arc for an exit, it looks like, as he heads down the front straightaway, just trying to see if maybe something works to chase down the 94, as they still got about 0.8 of a second, 7 of a second gap over Michael Mueller. Michael Mueller is fast right now. Fastest lap on track last time by belonged to the 99 car. Now he's trying to chase down these top 2 and try to go for the race lead. Side of Jeff Butt trying to make a move on Sean Altenbach in that number 27 machine for 11th place if he can get it. They're side by side here. There goes Corey Ennis to the outside of that 27 car, racing in the bracket challenge, of course, with Jacob Musso, who currently runs in 7th. He needs to try to get some more spots to get up there to that number 95 car and try to give himself a shot at winning this bracket challenge. Down the front stretch, still side by side now with Michael Pergilak on the outside. Pergilak coming off a great run last week at North Wilkesboro. Have another one here at another historic racetrack, that being the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 4th place for him last week. Of course, Michael Mueller, who's continuously running these fast laps and chasing down the top 3 now right on their back bumpers. The winner last week, he's looking to see if he can add another win to his credit. So you see them snaking down the back straightaway. Same thing you see in the Indy 500. Not really see it much in NASCAR, but you definitely see it 500. Storm's starting to move into my area, so if we have any moments of blinking, I'm apologizing for that, but storm's starting to roll in here, so we'll hopefully avoid that. Oh, fanning out there, Dane Cruz, Tyler Marble side by side for 5th place. Cruz on the inside almost to the grass as Marble trying to hang on and get to the top 5. Trying to work the high side of the number 70 car as they make their way through turn 3. Now into turn 4 through the short chute. Still side by side, these two are. Coming off of turn number 4, Marble up high, Cruz down low. Marble takes the top 5 spot away. More side-by-side racing. Corey Ennis, Chris Chavez, S3 battling together for 12th place right now. Almost contact there between the 88 and the 40 as they make their way into turn number 3. Ennis on the outside. Oh, Chavez pushing on the track. A little bobble there through the short chute. Maintains for now. Hangs on to that 88 car as they come off of turn number 4. Still door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel. But it's going to be Ennis with a run on the straightaway that should clear him, and he does, and S3 will pull in line behind him. You see Kaltenbach ahead of Ennis, who's trying to work a high side and make it stick, but it's not really working out too well yet as S3 trying to dive back to the inside of that 40 car. And you see back side by side, they'll go. Michael Mueller has caught the 3 of Jared Bundy now. S3 will clear Ennis for now. And up front, the battle for second heating up is Michael Mueller, putting pressure on Jared Bundy. So as Mueller will get clear for second now. You see the 48 lurking in the background. Tyler Marble now on the back bumper. Jared Bundy coming for third now. Pardon me. Dane Cruz, Jeff Marble battling for 5th. And Tyler Marble on these fresher tires on the inside trying to get to 3rd. And the field, of course, still going to have to take at least one more stop in this race to make it to the end. And Marble trying to find the momentum to get around the 3-car on the back bumper now as they head down the front straightaway, down to the inside. He'll tuck down and try to make the move. As there you see another move being made further back. Jacob Musso trying to the inside of Jeff Marble. Oh, Marble with the twitch in the background. Jeff Marble sliding up and saves it. What a save by Jeff Marble. It's going to cost him just about the entirety of the top 10, but he hangs on, he saves it, and he lives to race the rest of this one here. Doesn't find the outside wall. Meanwhile, his son Tyler takes over third. Here comes Dave Bruce inside of Jared Bundy now for fourth. Jake Hickson side by side still with Musso for 6th place as they race door to door heading down the front straightaway. See Hickson trying to make the move now for 5th place. He's having a fantastic run tonight as well in this number 16 car. Jake Hickson's had a bit of a struggle this season. Results really haven't gone fully his way, to say the least, I'd say. He's had a couple up and down moments, but having a really solid run right now. Funny, trying to fight back to him. But Hickson holding strong right now in 5th. As pit stops here, there you see Michael Mueller and Dan Cruz. Jared Bundy is going to wreck coming to pit road. He'll nose into the inside wall. He'll get it pointed in the right direction, but that is a troublesome moment there for Bundy. That's going to take him out of the equation for tonight. There you see the race leaders coming in. That's Clark, Marble, Saylor. There's Jeff Shutt coming in as well. So let's Jake Hickson cycle into the lead right now as they come off of turn 1. There's more drivers coming down pit lane now. Here on lap number 44. It's going to really just come down to execution on pit lane. Getting off of pit road without any penalties. Making sure that you are doing a good job getting on and off pit road. And somebody who's done just that, and I think part of it is due to the fact of needing less fuel than the rest of this field, Tyler Marble is right by Michael Mueller, who is currently the leader of those that have pit so far. You see a lot of cars filing off pit lane there as the leaders, or as the 99 comes by. Pardon me. Jake Hickson is down pit lane now, as Chris Chavez Essery is your race leader. A couple of these cars that are staying out, they've already pit not long ago, so their goal is to run long and hope for a caution to kind of cycle them back in, I would say, to get them close. There you see Chavez Essery, he'll pull the pit lane now, so Corey Ennis will cycle to the race lead. Ennis trying to just make some extra laps, hanging on to it. Got the wall there for a second to see Ryan Haynes coming off the pit lane there. Would expect these cars maybe soon come to pit lane. Right now it looks like it's the top. There's car coming. Oh, the car's spinning. I think that's Jeffrey Souza. He hangs on to it and gets into pit lane. Dare say, as of right now, the cars that have pit so far are only back in 18th place. Michael Mueller trying to fend off Tyler Marble right now in 17th. Marble a little sideways there. Dane Cruz lurking in the background behind him. So as these three duke it out now, four as Quentin Clark is getting back into picture. Michael Mueller trying to get his 5th win this season if he can take this win tonight. Meanwhile, up front still, the top however many cars have yet to come to pit road for their stop they'll have to make at lap number 49 right now. Still far from over. 32 laps to go in this race, but Tyler Marble is right on the back bumper of Michael Mueller as they make their way off of turn number 3 into short chute and into 4. And you see Marble trying to find a way to the outside now of Mueller as they head down the front stretch, heading back into turn 1. As you see, Marble trying to chase Mueller. More cars coming to pit lane ahead. Sean Calderbach's got Brian Conklin, Tracy Powers, Philip Chavez right here lined up behind him, 3rd through 6th. Still got a pit as well as the race leader, Corey Ennis, and Bill Benedict, who rides in 2nd. Brian Conklin bails out to go to pit lane now. Mueller will cycle to 12th of the leaders. As they'll cycle past some more cars, everybody else still racing. There's Philip Chavez, the inside Tracy Powers, trying to make a move for what is currently 4th on the racetrack. Chavez will get it. Kaltenbach will get past as well. I think Kaltenbach will get ready to pit here. He looks like he's kind of slowing up as Powers blows by, or maybe Powers just trying to get ahead before he pits. No, Kaltenbach stays out as well. Kaltenbach just had a moment there. Corey Ennis continuing to lead this field right now. Still has yet to pit. Mentioned that there's still some cars that have got to make a pit stop before the end of this race. That includes all the way back to 11th place Marcus Emerson. Kaltenbach losing more spots now. Dropping behind Chavez and Dubel. Brett Spaw just up ahead of him. You can't make it to the end of this race without pitting again. They have to pit again. Without a shadow of doubt. There's Bill Benedict pitting from 2nd place now. So you'll see more cars like Sean Kaltenbach pull to pit road now. That's going to get Michael Mueller back into the top 10, who is the leader through the cycle. As the field continuing here, lap 53. Just waiting pretty much for these leaders to make their final stop of the night. Corey Ennis still staying out on the track. There's Kaltenbach coming off of pit road now. Lost a lap on pit lane because of it, but he'll get it back once the leaders cycle around and pit. Michael Mueller's pulling a gap over Tyler Marble. As the laps are winding down, Mueller right now is set to take the race lead. Philip Chavez. Yeah, he's coming to pit road. So is Eddie Musso Jr. They're pulling down pit lane right now. It's 2 more cars that will fall onto the pit lane. So just waiting to see when the rest of these leaders elect to finally pull down pit lane to make their final stop of the night. And then to cycle this lead back to Michael Mueller, who will take control once everything is all said and done. Tyler Marble trying to make a run at it here at that number 48 car. In the 48, trying to make a run at the 99, I should say. He's right there, not far off of him, trying to get back to what will be the race lead as they pass Marcus Emerson. Still got a pit in that number 22 car. But Marble is there with Mueller. Waiting to see when the top 6 cars finally elect to come to pit lane and make their final stop of this race. You can see the difference there. 38 laps for all of these cars is how long they've been out there. And like I said, I don't believe they can stretch it. There's no way they can stretch it. But what I think they're going to do is just try to see how long they can make it before having to pit and having to give up this track position. We'll see. And here comes Corey Ennis now. Coming down to pit lane. Tracy Powers, the pole sitter, will take back the race lead for now until he elects to come down pit road and make his final stop. Glenn Grigsby letting the field go by, letting the leaders go by. So move Mueller and Marble up to 4th and 5th. Grigsby going to catch the wall. St. Cruz maybe had a little moment of a clinch there, seeing that happen. As Clark letting the field go by, he'll likely pit maybe the next time by. As there you see the 25 come to pit lane. Oh! Brett Spahn hits the wall! Trying to come in, came in too hot. He got it down to pit road speed, but he killed the inside wall pretty good. The top 3 are on pit lane, and that'll hand the race lead back to Michael Mueller as we come off of turn 4, hit the stripe this next time by. 21 laps to go. Mueller leads. Marble is right on his tail. So we hit 20 to go. Marble in hot pursuit of Michael Mueller. Mueller looking for his 5th win on this season. Marble looking for his 4th straight at IMS. And looking to get some more points in his favor, trying to make a swing towards this regular season title. So as Mueller leads this field, coming off of turn 4, it's Marble and Cruz that are right there with him. Clark is not too far behind. And then in 5th place, having a great run tonight, Jake Hickson. And then Chris Chavez-Essery looking for a top 5 as well in the 88. Both having great runs here at the Art of Bricks. As we come around here, 62 laps in the books. The bracket challenge, Jake Gamuso is in 8th. Jeff Shutt is currently in 12th. It's a bit of a gap between the two of them, but hey, it's still far from over. Anything can happen in this race. Field comes to the stripe this time. You see them trying to find ways to break the draft or maybe find ways to keep the field at bay. Mueller has Marble right on his back bumper. Cruz is right there as well. Their nose to tail, Marble, a little bobble there through the middle of turn 3. But here he comes, trying to mount a charge on this 99 car. They've got lap traffic ahead. The top 4 cars now lined up pretty tightly, all just about within a half a second as they hit the stripe this time. Marble trying to find a way to make this move on Mueller. He gets right to the back bumper. Up ahead, Grigsby Racing, Emerson. That is for position for these two. It is 32nd and 33rd. Emerson catches the wall. The leaders are gaining on them. Not rapidly, but they're gaining, so it's going to play a factor in the finish of this race. These two cars battling for position as lappers ahead of the top 4. Still within a second. Back to Clark in 4th. Marble trying to find a way to generate a run to get around Mueller. Another bobble there through turn 4. Marble a little sideways off the corner. And that's a big break for Mueller. That drops him back into the clutches of Dane Cruz. Reset will go after it again. Marble with Cruz on his bumper with Clark behind him are chasing down Michael Mueller. Trying to find a way to get a run on this 99. Down to 64, peeking to the inside of the 22 up ahead. That's going to just about put these lappers side by side right in front of the leaders. Grigsby again trying to find a way around the 22 car just ahead of the race leaders. Marble going to have a run at it, trying to find a way to the inside. He's probably going to set up for this move off of turn number 4. Big run for the 48 off the 4. Down the front stretch they go. Words are hard when you get excited, because at the stripe this time, it's 15 to go, presented by 72 Diecast. A block thrown by Mueller. Marble now has Cruz on his inside, and that's what Mueller wants to see. Side by side for second as Mueller tries to pull away. Clark, contact between Marble and Cruz. Clark gonna push the 70 car down the back. They stay side by side, tight on each other. Oh, door to door, just about into the wall. Now a lap car between first and the rest of the top 5. Still 14 to go, this 2.5 mile facility. Two-mile facility. As you see Emerson getting lapped by Michael Mueller, trying to fend him off if he can, just in case a caution comes out. Clark has gotten by Cruz into third. You see Hickson on the outside of Cruz for fourth. Hickson trying to get up there and try to battle for the podium as well. Now Marble is clear of Grigsby. Now sets his sights on the 99, who's in the inside of the 22, trying to put him a lap down again. Emerson, who got the wall earlier on one of the restarts, just been struggling ever since. He'll get lapped by the 99. And now clear track ahead for the race leader, Michael Mueller, with just 13 laps to go. Lap traffic not going to play a factor anymore for him. It's playing a factor for Dane Cruz. The 64 takes the inside line away from him. Mueller has clear track. And caution is out! There's a wreck in the back. Oh, it was Marcus Emerson! What happened? How did I not catch that? Emerson goes around for a spin. Camera angle we had just kind of didn't show it. Emerson off of turn 2, caught the wall right in front of Quentin Clark, across Clark's nose. And around he goes. And we'll see it on the backstretch. If I zoom in, you'll see it right here. Catches the wall. But it puts us under the yellow flag for the third time tonight with 12 laps to go. And just like that, race is turned on its head. Man, oh man. So Grigsby's lined up with the free pass. He's going to get his lap back and get back on the lead lap. That's what he's waiting to do. And the entire field heads down pit lane except for maybe a couple cars. And we'll tell you who that is when it cycles back around. And just watching these pit stops. You see Quentin Clark, he's rolling off pit lane first. Quentin Clark winning the race off pit road. Clark took 2 tires, Mueller takes 4. Then Marble, Dane Cruz, Jeff Marble. The top 5 off of pit lane, but we had 5 cars that did not pit under this caution. Corey Ennis, Sean Kaltenbach, Tracy Powers, Brian Dubel, and Eddie Musso Jr. Those are guys who didn't pit that long ago. And that is what's going to help them try to be in a position to win this race. So the field is getting ready to go double file. And we'll restart with 9 laps to go. And so here we go, getting ready to go back green here this next time. Corey Ennis leads Sean Kaltenbach to his outside. Tracy Powers, Brian Dubel, Eddie Musso, the top 5. Quentin Clark, the first of those that came off pit road. He took 2 tires only in 6th. Michael Mueller, 7th. Tyler Marble, 8th. Dane Cruz, 9th. Jeff Marble is back in 10th as we get ready for this restart. Nine laps at the Brickyard, ready to go back at it, ready to see who will put their name on the list of winners at this racetrack. Remember, Tyler Marble mentioned it. He is a 3-year straight winner. It's going to take a lot for him to get it from starting in 8th on this final restart with 9 to go, but it's not impossible. We'll see if he can make the impossible happen as he sits right now. Pace car will dive off. Leave the field in the hands of Corey Ennis, who controls this race with just 9 laps to go. Green flag is going to fly. We're back to racing here at the Brickyard. As you see the field by 2, now 3 wide there. Here comes the mover, Tyler Marble. Sends it inside of Quentin Clark. He's the first car on fresh tires. Side by side for the lead. Car on the wall. Brian Dubel. Everybody taking evasive action. Kaltenbach and Ennis side by side for the lead. Heading back for turn 3. Mueller gets right behind Marble now. Ennis goes on the track. Kaltenbach as well. The gap opens. And here comes Tyler Marble for the race lead. 3 wide they go. Through turn 4. Tyler Marble threads the needle, and with just 8 laps to go, he leads in Indy. What an incredible move by Tyler Marble to take the race lead. 8 laps to go. He's in control. But it's still far from over. Michael Mueller in second has been the best car all race long. He's now fighting inside of Corey Ennis, and once he dispatches of him, it'll be wide open track to track down the 48. Dane Cruz trying to battle with Jeff Marble, who's to the inside of Sean Kaltenbach right now for fourth, pardon me. Third would be Corey Ennis, who's battling with Michael Mueller, and the more they battle, the longer it takes the 9 to get by, which he finally does now, is the longer it takes to catch that 48 car, and he's running out of time. 7 laps to go here at the Brickyard, and it's Tyler Marble leading a sight that is not uncommon. That 48 car has been dominant at this track the past 3 seasons. It took him until all the way to lap number 72 to take the race lead for the first time tonight, but he does so at just the right time. Can he close the deal? Snaking down the backstretch to try to break any kind of draft that Michael Mueller tries to pull as they head into turn 3. Your bracket challenge battle right now. Jacob Musso finds himself in 7th as it stands. His competition, Jeff Shutt, all the way back in 17th. Now 16th place, pardon me, is that number 27 car, but it's looking unlikely that Shutt will be able to get there unless something happens to the 95 in the next couple laps. Kaltenbach trying to fend off these cars that are catching, but he's just not able to do so on these older tires. As now they hit the stripe, 6 to go. Tyler Marble is in control of this race, and he is putting down some bad fast lap times. The way things are going for Michael Mueller, it would take a caution. And there's a caution! Just as soon as I say the word, we get one. Wrecking still, Cody Matthews. Everybody takes evasive action with the 10 car. Spins for the second time tonight. And it looks like we might be heading for overtime. Just the moment that I say it, it happens. But it wasn't even for Cody Matthews. It was actually for Bill Benedict. Matthews just trying to avoid it. We'll go all the way back to them entering turn 1 for this BRN replay. They wound up being 4 wide here through turn 1 for a split second. Coming off of turn 1, Benedict trying to miss, and just gets net-coated into Brian Conklin. And into the outside wall goes the 90 car. You could see a bit of a gap there between the two. I'm trying to find a better camera angle of that one, but you could see a gap when they were right there down the short chute. I'm going to try a different camera angle. Trying to find a better one here that shows that they were not over top of each other that much. That's not the right one either. All right, one last try. We'll try the chopper cam. Hopefully this shows you exactly what I'm talking about. Kind of see it. We'll zoom in. And yeah, see you right there, net codes into him. The beauty of this game is it'll net code, it'll be contact where there is no contact, and it'll spin you around. And Benedict unfortunately gets the short end of the stick on that one. He gets turned around. He's having a decent run, just looking for a decent finish to get some points built over the cut line. Entering tonight's race, but unfortunately gets spun out here. It's going to be a big loss if he can't really keep going and getting more points. We'll see how things end up going for the conclusion of this race. Quentin Clark is pitting. The 94 is coming down pit lane. I'm shocked at this call. Unless there's damage on the 94, it looks like on the right front. What happened to the 94 car to cause that damage? I'm going to try to look back and see. I'm going to do some investigative journalism. I didn't see that front damage on that car earlier. Unless he got into the back of somebody while we were green and we didn't catch it. I think he got into somebody at some point under that green flag run. Maybe on the restart. No, I'm shocked. I don't know. I'm not sure. Just that quick looking back to try to find it. I didn't see anything that would have told me he got it then. Unless he got it under the caution. I just didn't get far enough back to see it. But otherwise, he was on pit lane. He got damage repaired. But it shuffles him way back in the field. And with Tyler Marble leading this race, that could be huge for the point standings. We'll see how it plays off in a few laps' time. We should get the green maybe with 2 to go for an unofficial green-white checkered. Mentioned your regular season championship battle. Marble and Clark, really the top 2 contenders for it. Clark having to pit there. He shuffles all the way back in this field now to 29th as Tyler Marble is your leader. Would likely take the points lead with the win here tonight. Meanwhile, the bracket challenge, Jacob Musso is in 7th. Meanwhile, his competition, Jeff Shutt, currently runs 15th. It would take a bit to get that number 27 machine past the 95. We'll see if he's able to do it if something happens to get him sliding back there. Gonna get the 1 to go this time. It's gonna be a 2-lap shootout with Marble and Mueller on the front row. Corey Ennis will restart 3rd with Dane Cruz on his outside. Jeff Marble in 5th. Sean Kaltenbach in 6th, and it's Jeff Marble or pardon me, it's Jay Camuso, Roger Rees Matias, Ty Ippolito, and I believe 10th place will be the number 91 of Michael Kerjelak when we go back green. Very interesting what we'll see here with a 2-lap dash to the finish here at Indy. So this is not an overtime restart. This is an unofficial green-white checkered happening on this restart. So here we go. Pace car will dive off. It'll be 2 laps to settle it here in Indianapolis, up in Speedway, Indiana, host of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where we will run the conclusion of the Big B Energy Brickyard 200. Coming to the restart zone. Green flag is going to fly. Tyler Marble leads us back to green. Mueller gets a great launch alongside the race leader. Our timing and scoring just completely broken. There we go. Now it's loaded up. Side by side for the race lead. Down the back. Marble. Mueller side by side. Marble in the inside lane. Trying to defend. Mueller trying to get a run. Can't quite get it. Scoring just not fully working, so we're going to do like we normally do anyways. Drop it away as we hit the white flag. One final lap to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Everybody fighting for any position they can get here on this final lap. But it's Tyler Marble in the race lead, looking to make it 4 in a row here at IMS. Musso caught the wall in the background. Everybody trying to sort it out. Snaking down the back for the final time. Tyler Marble is clear by a couple tenths of a second now. Heading into turn 3. They're wrecking in the back, it looks like. But it's not going to matter. No caution's going to fly. Off of turn number 4. Make it a 4 in a row. Tyler Marble dominates here at Indy. He cannot be denied. Tyler Marble wins his 4th straight Brickyard 200. And he'll do some donuts on the Art of Bricks. The Indy purists are not going to be happy about that one. But Tyler Marble burning it down here on the front straightaway at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. A winner again, 4 years running. He'll run it into the outside wall doing donuts. But man, if there's one thing I want to look back at, this was the move of the race to get ahead of Michael Mueller, to get ahead of all the cars that had stayed out. Quentin Clark as well was ahead of him. This move right here, sending it 3 wide with Clark and Mueller and just working his way through this traffic, dodging and diving everybody that was in his way. And Tyler Marble will come away victorious again here at IMS. Just absolutely incredible moves. And then, of course, the move down here inside of Tracy Powers. You'll see Ennis run Calderback wide. Tyler Marble drives it up there, gets inside the both of them, gets clear of both of them. And if it stayed green, it had driven off in the sunset. Instead, he had another restart, but he was able to hold off Michael Mueller here in a 2-lap shootout to win here across the yard of bricks once again in his career. Take a look at the finishing results here. Marble over Mueller. You had Dane Cruz come home third tonight. Corey Ennis finishing a career-best fourth, I believe, with Jeff Marble coming home with another top 5. Jacob Musa mentioned the bracket challenge winner. He comes home in 6th. Sean Calderwock finishing tonight in 7th. Ty Ippolito comes home 8th. Michael Kurgelak, another top 10 run 2 weeks in a row. He'll finish 9th. And Roger Rees-Matthias, a guy who really needed some good points today, he'll come home 10th. After that one, you see some other finishers there. Jeff Shutt, he came up a couple spots short of the bracket challenge winner. Pole sitter Tracy Powers comes home 13th. And then you can see further back, all the way back in 28th place for Quentin Clark. It's a huge blow for the points lead that should likely give it to Tyler Marble when all is said and done. And then the rest of those cars, DNFs for the most part, did not finish tonight's race. Give us a moment. We're going to go to an ad break. When we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers here tonight at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Introducing Bushnell Motorsport Park's newest sponsor, Big B Energy Drinks. Say goodbye to energy drinks that taste like chemicals. Here's an energy drink that tastes like a reward. Thoughtfully crafted, masterfully mixed. Strawberry smash. Sweet, bold, delicious. Summer melon. Refreshing. Smooth, incredible. White cherry fizz. Crisp, clean, rewarding. 3 flavors designed for people who refuse to compromise on taste. No artificial colors. Just real flavor backed by the caffeine you need to go the distance. Energize up before your race. Grab yours at the Bushnell Motorsports Park Drink Cooler or order online today at bigbenergy.com.
We welcome you back here to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, catching up now with our top 3 finishers. We'll start it off with the guy who finishes 3rd tonight, Mr. Dane Cruz. Dane, it was a hectic run there at the end. Those final couple laps were a little more dramatic than maybe I would have thought they would have been here at IMS, but you come away with a 3rd place finish tonight. How are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, Brickyard's always interesting because with this car and this aero, y'all just kind of run the same speed, but with the open setups, it kind of opened the door a little bit more. There were some people who were really loose. I'm sure there were a lot of people who were really tight. I was pretty good there on the second run. Um, on the first run, I was terrible. Like I just so loose. I dropped from, I don't even know. I dropped from third to sixth, and then I got back going. And on the one green flag pit stop, I slid through my box, of course. So you just can't have that type of stuff in a really track position dependent combo. But I always enjoy driving the Brickyard. Um, it's a really fun track, really unique track. So I like coming out for this one. So even if it is just a challenge, so um, third place isn't bad. It's really hard to know if you were better than third place or not because you just again run all the same speed. Um, but I'll take it. Yeah, I was a little worried with the strategy there at the end. Those guys with old tires held on pretty good. The 40 held on pretty good. So got through it all and ended up just taking podium. So I'll take it.
Absolutely, Dane. Well, you come home with a third place run. It's 8 straight podium finishes for you in the starts you made this season. How does that feel just knowing that even on the part-time basis, though, every time you show up, you have consistent race-winning speed? Even if you're not getting the wins, you're still right there.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like most of these races I probably had a shot at winning, but one or two things just maybe didn't go my way. And I with this track, it's track position. There were multiple times where the 19 or it was the 94. The 94 drove up to me, and he gets hung like 4/10 back, and then I'm 4/10 back of the 48, and it's so like doing stuff like nailing that green flag pit stop. That stuff's important, and I just ended up sliding through my box and lost probably a second and a half. So I mean that's like a race killer almost, and um, but it's been a pretty good season. These guys always put on a pretty good race. The 48 did a heck of a job tonight. I was sitting behind him like the entire fuel run. And he was sliding that thing out, and he held on to end up winning. So he did a really good job. So props to him actually. Props to him.
Absolutely. Well, Dane, it's a third place finisher here tonight at Indy Teammate Sponsor Shoutouts. What got you on the podium?
Well, I want to thank Enrique. He gave me some information and stuff like that, and you can make adjustments in these good old open races. So there was a little bit of that. I'll thank Mark. I don't know why he's having such a bad season right now, but he keeps like wrecking. He didn't have a good night. Uh, that's about it. I don't really. I don't have sponsors. That could change. That could change, but I don't have sponsors, so that's about it.
Alrighty, Dane Cruz, third place finish tonight here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Congrats on third place run tonight, Dane.
All right, thank you.
And I believe Enrique Cucalon is here catching up with our second place finisher. That would be Michael Mueller.
So we can talk to 99 car, Michael Mueller. Oh. Hey, Michael Mueller, it's Enrique Kukal and Dustin Allen up in the booth. You get a copy.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Well, Michael, it is a second place finish after the win last weekend at North Wilkesboro. How was that race for you here at Indy?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fun. A lot of different strategies, which was kind of nice to see. I thought we had the winning one there, but we had that caution come out at the end, and I thought undercutting everybody by that lap was gonna and just save and save and save and just kind of arrow block here behind me was gonna be it. But I had that caution, kind of came back in, restacked the field, got all on the same tires, and I was just on a long run set, so just had to hang on there for the end.
Yeah, and of course, but overall, it is a fantastic run of races now to get into the soft week. As we come into the final few races of the season, or the regular season coming up in the month of August, what's going to be the strategy now heading into these short tracks coming up?
Yeah, I think we just go into honestly just trying to gain some more points. Get some more stage points. We got a good one tonight with a P2 for stage, and I think trying to close that gap on Tyler and Quentin there is going to be huge for us. So running up front, staying consistent, not letting our guard down. Don't want to lose too many points here going into the playoffs. So um, if we can gain them, but not lose a ton either.
Certainly getting a lot of points right now. That's of course the big mentality on this 99 team. But well, any teammate sponsor shoutouts for that 99 car up there on the podium.
Yeah, Anthony Hanley for being my spot every single week. He gives a ton of good information for me. Helped me a lot tonight. Just keep my car underneath me and try to save some tire and save some gas that when we thought I was gonna go green to the end, and works me a lot with the setups, trying to make the right decisions, and he could be racing right now, but he's being a teammate and being a spotter, and that's hats off to him for doing that for me. It's as we can see the results are really pulling through here. So it's me and him at Downforce Motorsports. Bolify for being on the car. Um, Jeff and Tyler for running the league every single week gives us a place to run. You guys in the booth. It's always fun to go back and watch these races. Week in week out and seeing these finishes and just kind of building off that. So you guys are great, and yeah, it's been a let's keep this run going.
Well, the results are definitely pouring in for this 99 team and Michael Muir. Congratulations on the second place, Michael. We'll let you go and hopefully see you in 2 weeks' time at Iowa.
All right, thank you.
All right, so we'll send it back up into the booth with Dawson so you can catch up with our race winner. Once again, it's Tyler Marble in the 48.
Catching up here down in victory lane with Tyler Marble, who makes history, I believe, in the Fast Track Cup Series. From my checking, you're the first driver ever to win 4 straight races at a racetrack. Just sheer dominance at this racetrack. What is it about Indy that is so special and that makes you just run so well here?
I have no clue. I gotta be honest, but I don't know. I guess I just got a good feel for it. So good understanding of the draft and how to make passes, and does not come easy, and it's gotten harder and harder as the years gone on, especially with the stiff competition. But yeah, we'll take it.
Absolutely. Well, entering tonight's race, you were back a couple points to the points lead. With this win, though, you will propel yourself back into it, heading into these final 4 races coming up here after this week off. What are you looking forward to trying to just best Quentin Clark for this regular season title, and also to this push that's been coming from Michael Mueller that's going to put him right there in the mix as well?
Well, Michael's been on the heater the last month, so he closed up the gap. So getting the win tonight definitely helped keep him at bay. Quantin winning the stage hurt, but he didn't have a good finish. It's gonna be about right down to the goddamn end at Daytona to the last lap. Um, just keep grinding. I gotta survive Iowa. Um, and then see what I can do at Richmond in New Hampshire. Get a lot of stage points because Quantin has gotten stage points uh more than I have. And whatever happens, Daytona happens. So it's not gonna be easy. These guys are really really good. And, I mean, 38 cars tonight and shrink to field of 3,100. I mean, pretty stout field.
Absolutely, Tyler. Well, you were able to come away with your win here tonight. This is your 3rd win this season. Just really continuing this incredible run here in this campaign for you in the 48 team. Just what are you feeling like now as well, just as the rest of the season rolls on, the regular season and then the postseason as well, just really starting to kind of put things together more and more as it's gone on, really kind of just kicking into a 3rd gear, maybe a 4th gear, and getting back on the right track.
Well, I am glad I finally put one back together tonight. See what happens when you just mind your own business and don't push it, and results come. Because I've bit myself in the ass the last couple weeks, especially last week. Still, don't know why I decided to make a right into Roger and kill my race, but that was last week. But yeah, you said putting races together is definitely the name of the game here, especially it's a points deal again. Um, so and not the winning you're in. So yeah, just keep grinding week after week, try to get the stage points like you said, and then winning definitely heads on to that.
Alrighty, Tyler, it's a win here at the Brickyard, 4 in a row for you here. Teammates, sponsors, shoutouts. What's got this 48 machine rocking and rolling here at the World Center of Racing?
It's the racing capital of the world, but yeah, I thank you and Enrique. I thank and everybody at BRM. I thank everybody in the league. I thank my teammates, and slash father, my dad, Brian Conklin. He got us the title sponsor alloy wheel. Repaired specials out of Richmond, and Brandon Saylor, Brian Conklin. Anyway, Big B Energy for sponsoring the in-season challenge. Congrats to Jake Musso on winning the challenge. Sucks. Probably probably could have been me. He beat me at Chicago, so congrats to him. Simulator Hub, Irish Knife Flag, DA Designs, BMP, Admin Box, Ron Tonkin, Chevrolet, Gerber, Collision, Superior Templating, everybody for coming out. And yeah, enjoy the off week, and we'll see you in the cornfields of Iowa.
Alrighty, that is your race winner here tonight. Like I mentioned, 4 in a row here at IMS for Tyler Marble. It is not a yard of bricks, it's now a yard of marble here for the 48 camp. Congrats on the win again tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, so that'll do it from us here tonight here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Mentioned it, 4 straight wins at this track. Absolutely insane run he has been on here at this track. And of course, our first one with us here on BRN, and it didn't matter. He still went out and found a way to victory lane. So he'll take the checker flag here tonight. That'll do it from us on Monday nights. Of course, tomorrow night we are racing in the Slide Job Racing League, kicking off season 17. Last week with the iRacing Not Funny 500K. Don't know why they did that. Now we're racing in Las Vegas tomorrow night, so tune in for that one, 9 p.m. Eastern here on BRN. Don't want to miss that one. And, of course, we're off next Monday night. We got a week off, and then we'll be coming back to you in 2 weeks' time, racing at Iowa Speedway, coming close to the end of this regular season. It's coming down to crunch time, coming down to where you need to get the points, if you can get them, to put yourself in a position to make in the chase. I want to thank you as always to everybody who tunes in and watches these broadcasts. I want to thank you to the drivers who come out and put on the show for us. And thank you to everybody else that helps out here on BRN. This is Dawson Allen signing off from Indianapolis Motor Speedway saying so long and have a great rest of your night.